Okay, we'll come home now. The Abia state government has announced plans to relocate product dealers to their new location as part of commitment to organize and sanitize the city of Aba, the commercial nerve center of the state. This was contained in a statement by the management of the Greater Aba Development Authority, GADA. These government said in line with agreement reached with Market Dealers Association after a series of engagement, it is now important to direct those affected to go to their designated product clusters and markets at Asanentu, Asomunka, Orio Habam Phase 2 between now and the end of October. Yeah. Also affected dealers in spare part markets at Jubilee, School, Clifford Road, heavy duty spare parts, battery and tire dealers at Azikiwe and Port Harcourt Road. Others also affected by this directive, confectionery product dealers around Market and Tenant Road, motorcycle, tricycle spare part dealers, electrical parts dealers at Jubilee and Hospital Road. So be warming up for your relocation before the end of October. The leaders of the Market Association are expected to ensure full compliance in line with the directive of the government.
Well, for me, this is something we have advocated over time, but it's also important that Aba is growing by the day, becoming bigger and bigger. And so if some specialized markets are supposed to be taken to a particular place, we should realize that there are some other places where what they need, are also needed. And so a situation where you want to buy a plug, for instance, in, let's say, Ohanze, and you have to go all the way to Asanetu. I'm just giving an instance. So government should do it in a way that we have clusters. Yes, already we have one at Ovom, very well, but it is not occupied yet because one, the structure itself is not, by my own analysis or assessment, is not something that is supposed to last. That is one. Two, the cost is so much that people are finding it difficult to be able to afford it, knowing what artisans actually earn per day in Nigeria. These are people who repair vehicles, sometimes worth millions of naira, but they don't make up to 2 million at the end of the year. All right. So I expect that some of these things should be factored into this preparation. Again, I just mentioned that what we have around us here is not the best, and it will not stand the test of time unless the individuals who get them begin to retouch them. I have assessed them. I take another example from the motor park at Osisioma. The noise that was made about that motor park at Osisioma, you would think that when you go there, you will see a modern motor park. But I think anybody can go there and see what that place is like, particularly now that it is raining. There is nothing that will attract you to that place, particularly maybe you are a visitor coming from some place where they have good motor parks. And then, the very popular Osisioma motor park, let me go there. What you will see will honestly give you conjunctivitis, what is popularly known as Apollo. So government should make the environment very okay for those who will be, using those places. This is the modern world.
All right, still from Abia, before we quickly go on a break, the umbrella body of Aba and the Abia State Landlord Property Owners, Aba Landlord Protection Development Authority, ALPADA, have called landlords, residents, and entire Southeasterners to avail themselves for the ongoing continued voter registration exercise and obtain their PVC. They also called on governors of the region to declare every Friday a work-free day to enable citizens go for the registration process. The group warned against any attempt by the Southeast region and Indigo to adopt the usual lackadaisical attitude towards such a sensitive, destiny-defining exercise. That makes sense.
Well, this is a clarion call, is a wake-up call, but when you know that people have lackadaisical attitude already, I would expect that should not stop, whoever is concerned, the government, INEC itself, major political stakeholders, community leaders, those who have interest, to actually sensitize the people. Continue to do that. That should, whatever has been said now, as germane as it sounds, should not stop us from talking and telling the people to do what they need to do. We had a very terrible experience in 2022, 2023, where individuals had to go to INEC, mobilize them to their localities, pay to have people go and register. And then, like we have said before, registration should be made less cumbersome. Can we register and be able to get our cards quickly enough? Are we still going to go through that cumbersome of registering and then coming back to queue? And then we dance to the whims of the workers at the INEC secretariat in the local governments before we collect our cards. All of these should be put together, factored in properly, as we also sensitize the people. That's a very good one. You heard where some states have recorded thousands already, and we're talking about 700 plus and all that for Enugu, for Abia, and all that. I think that is appalling, to say the least. All right.